MAGA firebrand, Marjorie Taylor Greene has blown up the political landscape this weekend, delivering a stunning and scathing attack on President Donald Trump after their very public split. Once one of Trump's loudest defenders, Greene shocked Washington by announcing she is resigning from Congress. The former loyalist-turned-critic now accuses the president of abandoning the core MAGA promises that defined his rise to power. In a blistering statement, Greene charged that Trump has walked away from the movement.
I have fought harder than almost any other elected Republican to elect Donald Trump and Republicans to power. I traveled the country for years. I spent millions of my own money. I missed precious time with my family that I can never get back. And I showed up in places like outside the New York courthouse in Collect Pond Park against a raging leftist mob as Trump faced Democrat lawfare. Meanwhile, most of the establishment Republicans who secretly hate him and who stabbed him in the back and never defended him against anything have all been welcomed in right after the election. Through it all, I never changed or went back on my campaign promises and only disagreed in a few areas, like my stance against H-1Bs replacing American jobs, AI state moratoriums, debt-for-life 50-year mortgage scams, standing strongly against all involvement in foreign wars, and demanding the release of the Epstein files. Other than that, my voting record has been solidly with my party and the president. Loyalty should be a two-way street, and we should be able to vote our conscience and represent our district's interests because our job title is literally representative. Standing up for American women who were raped at 14 years old, trafficked and used by rich, powerful men should not result in me being called a traitor and threatened by the President of the United States, whom I fought for. I have too much self-respect and dignity. I love my family way too much, and I do not want my sweet district to have to endure a hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president that we all fought for, only to fight and win my election while Republicans will likely lose the midterms, and in turn be expected to defend the president against impeachment after he hatefully dumped tens of millions of dollars against me and tried to destroy me. It's all so absurd and completely unserious.
But recently, Greene faced one of the most difficult moments of her political career. She decided to support a vote in Congress that would force the Justice Department to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. Many Americans wanted answers about the case. Greene said the victims deserved justice and that powerful people should not be protected. Trump did not want this vote to happen, but Greene moved forward anyway.
These American women aren't rich, powerful elites. They do not have someone paying for their airline tickets or paying for their trips or paying for their expenses every time they try to do something to get this information out. These are your average Americans. And you want to know what the Epstein files represent? The cover-up represents to average Americans. It represents the failures of the federal government and Congress to the American people. And that is what people rose up about in 2024. They wanted and demanded transparency from their government and for Americans finally to be put first. And today, with this vote, we are finally putting these victims and these survivors of Jeffrey Epstein and the cabal of rich, powerful elites that expands not just here in the United States of America, but to other countries as well. We're putting them last.
This put her in direct conflict with the man who had once been her biggest political ally. Earlier this week, when Trump called her a traitor, many people expected Greene to back down. Instead, she stayed firm. The Republican Congresswoman from Georgia said she feared his comments could put her in danger, but she would not change her position. Her decision surprised both critics and supporters. Some wondered if Greene was breaking away from Trump. Others thought she was trying to reshape her image. Greene said neither was true. She said she was simply doing what she believed was right for the people she represents. Even during this conflict, Greene continued to speak in a way her base understands. She talked about working-class struggles, high healthcare costs, and the feeling that Washington does not listen. She said that fighting for ordinary Americans is more important than pleasing any political leader, including Trump.
These women have fought the most horrific fight that no woman should have to fight, and they did it by banding together and never giving up. And that's what we did by fighting so hard against the most powerful people in the world, even the President of the United States, in order to make this vote happen today. I was called a traitor by a man that I fought for 6 years for. And I gave him my loyalty for free. I won my first election without his endorsement, beating 8 men in a primary. And I've never owed him anything, but I fought for him for the policies and for America first. And he called me a traitor for standing with these women and refusing to take my name off the discharge petition. Let me tell you what a traitor is. A traitor is an American that serves foreign countries and themselves. A patriot is an American that serves the United States of America and Americans like the women standing behind me.
Work with her, say Greene is not afraid of making someone angry if she believes she is protecting her voters. They say she has a direct style and does not soften her message. But they also say she can talk to anyone, even those who disagree with her, and still keep her focus on the people back home. In the end, more Republicans sided with Greene on the Epstein files. The vote passed and the files were released. Soon after, Trump changed his position and signed the bill as well. Greene said she hopes she and Trump can repair their relationship. But through the entire situation, she stayed connected to her base and kept her promise to speak for them. Agree with her or not, Greene proved one thing: she'll go after anyone, friend or foe, if she believes her voters demand it.